Alright, so today we're going to be working on this Dodge truck bedside, and actually here in a little bit we're going to show you a cab corner we're going to be working on this too. It's all going to be cold glue. But right here you can see this, somebody backed into this bedside here and pushed it in pretty good even through the body line. Got that crease knocked in pretty deep. It didn't stretch anywhere very bad, so the repair ended up coming out good, and it didn't take real terrible long. And this was even through the clear bra on the bottom of the bedside. So we'll show you how this thing came out here in just a little while and how we do the repairs. And appreciate your views, and hope you like and subscribe to the channel, please. And look right here, it actually even kinked the inner wheelhouse a little bit, so we'll knock that down too. And you see here we're doing some cold glue, pulling it out. A lot of it popped out really quickly, but you can see the deepness that is still in right in that body line. So that's where it's going to take a little while to work it out. We're going to try to pull out right around the bumper area because it's still in and low. So we're using the Kiko K-bar here and pulling it out, trying to get it to match up to the bumper because it was knocked in about probably a ½ inch, and the Kiko tabs hold really well there. So we got it pulled out pretty easily to where we could actually work it. So you can see right here, pulling out, watch the metal move right there as I pull, and going to have to do some tapping right below that tab to make the metal stay. So one thing for sure, I have learned that I definitely like the Dodge metal. It moves very well. This and the Chevrolet truck bedsides are two of my favorite, like the 2015 model bedsides. They really work good all the way up to like the 18 models. They do good, but the metal is very workable on these Dodges, and you can just move the metal around to where you need it to be. And you can see we're using the Kiko tabs here and gluing them on, using the alcohol to release the tabs here. And sometimes the glue sticks so good that you have got to come back and either heat it up or use the puller to remove the tab. So here's how far we've got so far. You can see little wobbles and highs and lows, and you can see right here still definitely low down here at the lower part of the quarter panel, and it's definitely not straight through that body line. There's a big crown fixing to tap it down here in just a second and release some pressure off of it. That way we can push it out easy. So yep, using the blending hammer here with a larger head. It's a Drew's hammer, like I've said many times before, and it's working really well. I'm hammering from the back side actually a little bit and knocking this out from the back side. Sometimes you can do that on certain areas and it helps to release pressure. But you can see here there's still a lot to do right there in this body line, and you can watch it here in just a second whenever you do a little bit of tapping to release the pressure, and then you hit the right spot, pushing, and look at it starting to come up there pretty quickly. So as soon as you get the pressure to release on it, it will actually push up pretty decent. So with this hammer you have to be very precise with the high spots and the crowns to get them down to where you want to get the repair softened up. And you can see right here is I'm pushing up all the lows and stuff and then going back over it with the blending hammer. So I'm going to show you the imperfections again. they're getting fewer and further between, but still definitely needs a lot of work. You can see here there's still scratches in it, stuff we're fixing to buff out here in a little while too. So this bedside needed to come up a little bit right around the bumper area. It was still a little bit low, which was creating a high in between the wheel well and the bumper. So I decided to pull this up a little bit, and it definitely, whenever I did this, it released a whole lot of pressure right in the center of the bedside right there. So here I decided to just tap a few spots from the back side. So on this bedside, I believe I used like 3 different blending hammers. A lot of times I'll just use like 2 of them, but sometimes there are certain ones for different kind of highs and maybe how far you have to reach. You need a little bit longer handle or a shorter handle. And here I'm taking the tail light out to do a little bit of pushing. You can see right here, you can watch it come up really nicely through here. You can watch the metal move like right through here. You can just watch it move like a wave. It's kind of crazy how it comes up and down. But it's definitely getting flatter with every push and every tap. So as with about every other job that I work on with large dents, if it is a steel panel, I use the hot box a lot just to shrink up the little bitty spots and tighten it up. It just helps the job go a little bit quicker and makes it look better, and you can get all the little imperfections out a lot faster with a hot box. So here we're going to put a little bit of compound on this and do some buffing. Hey, don't forget, stay tuned and watch the cab corner repair coming up here in just a second. So you can see this shining up, and a lot of the transfer paint came off, and there's a couple little bitty spots that have chip in it, just minor, but it's enough that it is noticeable. They're going to take a little bit of touch up and put in it so it'll look really good. You can see we're just getting little minor imperfections out now, and it is starting to resemble a Dodge truck bedside now, once again. All right, we got this one done here. Not perfect, but it came out pretty good. And we're getting ready to put the tail light in it and put it back together. Then we're going to go over here and see what we can do with this cab corner a little bit. It's got pretty good dent in it, but yeah, we'll get this cab corner and see what we got over here. See this pushed up, looks like somebody jackknifed a trailer or something into it, but we're just going to do a little bit of cold glue and see if we can get this thing up looking better, just to make it a little less noticeable. Oh, got to stick this tail light right back in real quick, and then we're going to get on to the repair of the cab corner. Well, you can see this is a pretty deep dent here. It's probably about, I'd say, somewhere around 18-20 inches long, and it is pretty deep, but as we started to do the repairs on it, we were using the cold glue, and you'll be able to see here that it actually pulled up quite a big spots at a time and made it look a lot better really quick. And then we had to use some blending hammer here on the back of the cab because it actually had a big crown on the back side, and then that released the pressure, and we cold glued it some more. But you can see right here about 80% of it has already come up. We're fixing to change the tabs. use a little bit narrower one after we get this blending done here. So just trying to release the pressure here and knock down the crowns real quick. And there we've changed the tab here to the smaller one, and just going right in between all the little areas that were left and trying to pull them up and make it look better and better. And just have to keep repeating that process. Tap them down, pull it up. You just got to hang with it and blend like you got the light looking up, because if you just go side to side on the repair, you won't never get it to come out like you want to. And you can see here all the little waves that are still left in it. And we're going to swap to a different tab here again, even yet, and pull a little bit different than what we already have. Well, now we finished it up here. The customer said that was good enough right where it was at, and he was happy. And it definitely looked a whole lot better. So now people won't be able to see it by just driving up to it. So it will be a whole lot better, and it does not show up hardly at all. So another satisfied customer, and now it's time to pack up the tools and head towards the house. But first, here's one final look at this bedside and how good it came out. This was about a 5-hour repair, I do believe, on this bedside. To make it perfect would have took probably about another hour to an hour and a half, and then it would have been pretty much insurance quality. But the customer was happy with where the repair was, and it looked pretty good. So appreciate your views and hope you watch the next video. Call Dent Tamers for all your door dings, large dents, hail damage in the East Tennessee area.